Welcome back to our show. Once again, my name is Mrs. Augustina Anynawu. And help me welcome my friend,
glorynezemma. Welcome back to our sweet home, Africa. Once again, it's a pleasure to have you as our viewer. We have another great topic today. So our topic today is going back to basics in Africa. Africa.
That's right.
I know we are chasing technology, but we have not met the basic need of life, which is agriculture.
Yes.
So that's why my friend and I were here today to give you advice in terms of how to go back to basic, because you can't run far away from the hierarchy of need when you have not even met the basic need of life, which is agriculture. So my dear friend.
My dear.
You grew up in Africa?
Yes, I grew up in Africa.
And when we were growing up, I remember when we were small, all we had was agriculture.
Yes.
We didn't have these cell phones, we didn't have these computers, we didn't have all of this.
No.
And life was much better. But now that we are thinking that we are advanced, things are becoming even more difficult for people at home.
That's
so
right.
What advice do we have to give, my dear friend?
My dear, as you rightfully put it, we need to go back to basics. There are some important, or the most important thing. It looks like we are forgetting it because of quote unquote the new world we are in now. That comes with technology, career, everybody want office job. But at the end of the day, we all have to eat. And when we talk about agriculture, the first thing that we should think about is, where do the food that we eat from, where do we get it? Where does it come from? Whether you eat meat, whatever you eat. You don't have to be Gary if you're Nigerian. You don't have to be only Loi if you're Nigerian. But anything you eat come from the farm. So as a result, I think agriculture, which we all should look into it more seriously than we are doing now.
Thank you so much. You know, we'll talk about people struggling so much at home. And, you know, people complain about so many things that are going on, people that are so angry in Africa. But when you look at it, a hungry man is an angry man.
You got that right.
So because we don't have plenty of food to eat. And that's why most of us are angry at home.
You're right.
So why don't we go back to agriculture, which is the foundation of I will call it the foundation of every developing country. Because even the developed ones, that's the foundation of their own development too. Because once you have enough food in a society, then you can go to the next level.
Yeah.
Go to the next level and to get to technology. But unfortunately, our people, like you said, everybody's looking for, office job. And then when they forget that somebody has to feed them. So you can go to the office from morning to night. But if you don't have anything to eat when you get home, you're still a poor man because there's no food.
Yes, you are right about that,
so
my
take
friend.
It from there, my
friend.
As
you're saying, agriculture, when we talk about it, that's the basic source of our food. It comes from there, food security. Once any country or continent they embark on agriculture, at least feeding will not be a problem. That becomes a source of income and employment too. Not only that they have to feed themselves and be able to nourish the body, as my friend said, once you feed yourself properly, feed your brain the right food, you'll be able to think about what next to do. So, but if you're hungry, you won't do that. So agriculture being the basic source of our food resources, food security, and it gives employment, because once you are employed, then your family will be able to buy the ones they don't have or the ones they don't produce and be able to feed their body too. So we shouldn't overlook agriculture. Agriculture, we look at it when you mentioned that people think as when you go to the farm, and plant cassava or plant any other thing. But we're looking at it in a bigger scale.
That's true.
So that you can include livestock, you can include things in the forest, we call it forestry. So all those things are involved in the agriculture.
Let's go back to when we were small. I remember in high school, we used to have farm. The schools will have like farm.
And we dig ridges, right?
Exactly. And then people will, the students will go there and plant. Even students used to, bring out a lot of crops.
Yeah.
And then they will sell them in the markets and make money. But it looks like a lot of schools now, they're into technology. They are, the computer room and everything, they have given up agriculture. And unfortunately, actually, it's really putting ourselves into, pushing our people more into poverty, because we don't meet the basic need of life. So our advice is this, because if when we were younger, many years ago, more than 40 years ago, we're not saying our age, it's not what we're saying. Okay. So if 40 years ago, a lot of countries in Africa were doing well with agriculture, and then all of a sudden now, they are struggling because everybody's running into technology. Why don't we go back to what we used to do? Why don't we do that? Very simple, because I remember even in the village where I grew up, you have like a lot of older women that plant pumpkins, plant a lot of vegetables, and they bring them out. But now the younger generation, the younger women, they're not planting anymore.
Because they didn't know.
Everybody's waiting for Indomie, waiting for spaghetti, things that they will, import from other countries. And unfortunately, once again, I know there was an episode that we did that we called organic and inorganic food in Africa. So the problem is this: if you are waiting for food that are being imported into Africa from outside countries, just be careful, because many of them are not healthy food. They are processed food. So go back to agriculture if you really want to be healthy in Africa. Go ahead.
Oh dear, thank you so much. You're right, because we need to have some kind of insurance and be able to go at least on a monthly or 3 months checkup, so that we know that we are still in health. So back to the agriculture we are talking about. It's not only the individuals, as I said before, benefit from the food security. The government too, the country itself, the revenue that the agriculture will bring into the country can be used to establish other things. They can put it in any department that is needed. It could be road, it could be school, it could be anything. Because when we start exporting food instead of buying food, by then you look at it, you know that that country is is like self-sufficient in so many things, instead of waiting to buy from other people. Because I know there are some of us now that forget about Gary, we are buying other kind of food to eat. So when we start exporting our own food that we produce in our own country, I think that will yield income. We shouldn't depend only on oil, or some people depend on gold alone to sustain their countries. So we need to invest more in agriculture, so that the children growing up will be able to know, and will be able to know that when you work hard, when you invest, you will reap some kind of fruits and vegetables. Because if you look at it, everything you see in a supermarket, most of them come from agriculture.
Exactly.
People that eat cereal, I don't want Gary, I want cereal. The same cereal come from where? From
corn.
The farm.
Some of them are corn.
Yeah, like cornflakes. They come from the farmer produce them. You go to meat is the farmer. Go to fish, the farmer. No matter we are doing point and kill now, it's still farming. Piggery, there's something. Vegetables, think about it. Cheese, everything basically comes. The farmer is important in any society. Farming is a good source of income in every society.
Thank you, my friend. Actually, when you were talking, I was thinking, I see she's focusing on food, but let me bring it to the cosmetic side, because we talk about industrialization and everything.
That's
and
right.
many of us do not know that the raw materials for almost everything that people have in the Western world come from agriculture. Look at cosmetics. We have palm oil, we have palm kernel. Those things, the oil from those fruits, you can use it to make any type of cosmetic that you have.
Cocoa.
Look at coconuts. Even cocoa itself. The chocolate is from cocoa. Coffee is from,
and Coke we drink.
Exactly.
So name it, everything come from the farmer.
So, my dear Africans, we're all looking for the egg, but we don't want to find where the chicken is. Everything that you're looking for in life is based in agriculture.
That's right.
Cosmetics, agriculture. Hair products, like we said, everything is in agriculture. Once you focus on agriculture, God will give you the idea to make things from the things that you're getting from agriculture. So please, let's go back to basic. Women in the village, go back to start planting cassava. Palm trees, we should go back, because there's a lot you could do with the palm tree. Both the fruits and even the brooms that we use, they're all from the palm. We have lived in the Western world and we have seen life here. It's okay to have advanced life, but what you have is still good.
The best.
Here is chasing money. But there you have the natural things in life. Nourish it. That's what we're saying. Go back to agriculture, and once we do well in agriculture, then we can go to the next level. The computers, the cell phones and everything, they're draining our economy. Yes, there will be a time we will get to that level, but we're struggling so much because we have not met the basic need of life. And we run to technology. And that's why we are being drained financially and emotionally in Africa. Go ahead, my friend.
My friend, I think a word is enough for the wise. The only thing I want to add now, like you said, a hungry man is an angry man.
That's true.
Once we nurture our body, then the spiritual part of it will take place, and our brain will continue to grow. Because that's why you look like people outside the world is better. They're not better because they eat. They have food, plenty, because the other worlds ship things to them. We have, God bless our continent with good weather. We have good weather. We have land. I mean, the equatorial climate where we find ourselves in. No, we don't have all these 4 seasons in a year that is so prominent, like having snow. We don't have snow time. We don't have a winter time. We don't have it. So our crops have time to grow. So before people over here eat plantain or all these bananas, they have to import it. Because it cannot grow on the area where we are because of the weather. But look at our place, Nigeria. Let me use Nigeria. We have a good weather, so we don't have an excuse. When you call somebody, are you telling them, do you know how much a cup of garri costs? And when we go back to school, teachers, make agriculture something so important in your school, part of the curriculum. It's not a choice. Anybody who want to choose or don't choose, that should be among the lessons that every individual in your particular country have to see. Because I know some people still plant cocoa, some plant tea, but don't let these things elude our children, because there is technology. Because at the end of technology, we still have to be hungry and eat. So help us to help our economy.
Thank you so much, my friend. Actually, while you were talking, that's something that came to my mind. Because going back to the government, I know we keep on talking about this, but you're like, okay, how do we do this?
Yes.
What came to my mind is this. Our government, you can offer scholarship to students that want to study agriculture. That's how you can encourage. Exactly.
That's right.
That's how you can encourage people to go into agriculture. tell them to, study agriculture, and then you go to university free. So many of them will study agriculture. And then another thing, one of the challenges that we had that people are facing, especially in the villages, they tell you they don't have acres of land to plant. When it comes to agriculture, depending on which area that you want to focus on, you can use like a very small area to plant what you want to plant.
That's right, you're right about that.
Even if it is at your backyard, you can start planting tomatoes. You can start little corn. So you don't need acres of land, because even if it is your backyard, you might even produce enough to feed your own family. And don't forget this: if you're planting corn, planting cassava, planting yam, and feeding your family, that means that money that you would have used to go to the market to buy the yam and buy corn, you are investing it in yourself. That means you're producing those things by yourself, and it's saving you money.
You are right.
So people are not understanding that, because they're thinking, oh, if I have to go and buy cassava, but you're buying gari every time. So if you can produce those things by yourself, it's almost like you are paying yourself. I will just use this basic example. I mean, I make cream, like a homemade cream here in the Western world for almost 2-3 years. And actually, my raw material is from Africa. Don't worry, one day I will bring it to the show, and then you will see my products. My raw material is from Africa. And for the fact that I make this cream for more than 4 or 5 years, I've never bought cream anywhere else.
That's
and guess what? That's money that I'm saving. My children, they use my cream. So, every time that I buy cream, you know how much it would have cost me? So in that case, I am paying myself by using my own products. So my point is this: when you're planting, even little things that you could plant at your backyard, no matter how small it is, if it is enough to feed your family, you're also bringing income into your home. So that's what I wanted to bring up. Because everybody is saying that agriculture, they think they have to, have acres of land. When we were small, our parents did not have acres of land. Whatever they have, no matter how small it is, people planted things and they fed their family. That was how many of them even had enough money to put many of us in school. So now that we're grown, we're giving up those things, and really, I don't think we're benefiting that much from technology. Rather, we are losing the little money that we have in Africa to technology and everything. I'm not saying it's okay to have computer and everything, but I mean, let's curtail the amount of technology. Use a little bit of what you need. I know of so many people from other countries they are sending technology and everything to us. Thank you so much. We thank all of you for trying to advance Africa. But my question is this: if you have a child that does not even know how to crawl, does not even know how to walk, and then you take a car key and give the child, what are you doing to the child? You are really
kill yourself.
Exactly. You're telling the child, drive and kill yourself. So we thank you for bringing the technology, but if you love us so much in Africa, help us to go back into agriculture. And people that are coming in and teach us how to do modernized agriculture. It will help us more than the technology that you're bringing. Yes, computer is good. I know people want your business, but look at the poor people that we have in Africa. We have so many mouths to feed. You have pictures of people that are crying all over the place. They don't have food. So if you really love us in Africa, help us with agriculture so that we can feed our families. The technology is draining our economy.
That's right.
I'm done, my friend.
My dear, you're nailing it at the head. And for students too, when we're talking about agriculture, we have different branches when it gets to agriculture. We have agricultural economics. We have horticulture, we have animal husbandry, we have science part of agriculture, we have engineering part of agriculture, those that operate my friend call it modernized agriculture, all those equipment you're going to use. Somebody have to know how to operate them, how to fix them when they got all messed up. So when you embark on agriculture, do not be ashamed of it, because there are different branches in agriculture, and agriculture holds everybody's stomach. It's the backbone of a country. We look at it, even the governor, no matter your position in life, You depend on the agricultural product to live, to survive. So let's pay more attention to agriculture, going back to basics in a more modernized fashion. Students, there's a career there. So let's government donate, put money into agriculture.
Exactly.
So that we can stop looking outside. We can plant our own timber. We can do our own equipment. We can have things so that other people can come and buy from us instead of us always going outside to see what other people are eating and buy from them.
Thank you so much, my friend. I think we're done. It's just one little area that I want to end it with. We talked to our people, but now let's end it with our government.
Yes.
Our government. Please help our people. How can you help our people? Stop the importation of food products that we have in Africa, because what you're doing is you're crushing people that are in agriculture. Let's say if they're producing rice and then you keep on importing rice from outside. What are you doing? You're destroying the businesses of people that are doing their best to produce rice in those countries. So look at things that we have in Africa. You don't need to go out and import those things. Rather, patronize the ones at home. That's how you can encourage more people to go into agriculture. So once again, friends of Africa, we thank you for being in Africa. But if you really, really love us, help us in agriculture. Let's meet the basic needs of life, and then we can go up to technology at the right time. That's all I have today, my friend and I.
My dear,
yes, you have more things?
No. That's it.
Okay. Thank you so much for watching us at our Sweet Home Africa.
Yes.
Where we bring up some of the challenges that we're facing, and then we offer simple advice that we believe will help our people and the government to make our land a better place for all of us. So thank you so much. Watch us again next week at our Sweet Home
Africa. Subscribe. Thank you.
Thank you.